Well, hey, hello, and how are you, everybody? Sports reporter Dom Tibbetts. Alongside me, you may remember our good friend Elena Gutenberg, Buffalo Bills beat reporter for ESPN and ESPN.com. I wanted to wait till we got into maybe like the later half of training camp to bring her in. Last Sunday, the pads weren't even on yet. So I said, I got to bring out AG, got to bring out the heavy hitters when we get some padded practices in. We're already back from the Highmark Stadium practice and the scrimmage on Friday. Elena, I guess we actually probably could start there. Anything on Friday, now that we got to see them in the stadium setting, was there anything you took away from that kind of translated or that you're still thinking about today? Anything that impressed you or concerned you from them?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a lot of themes in that practice that we've seen throughout camp. I think one thing that did stand out is that the running game actually was able to get some big runs in that practice, because I think we've seen this defensive line have a really good camp. They're probably my standout of camp. I think this defensive line has looked really good.
Yeah.
But Ray Davis and James Cook broke out big runs. Ray Davis did fumble the ball at the end of his, but it was still a really good, a good sign to see that get going. But besides that, I think it was a little bit of everything, where it was the ups, the downs, where we saw some positives and some that didn't go quite how the offense wanted, which to me has been so representative of this camp.
Exactly. I was about to say, it's very up and down.
Yeah.
Because I was telling this with Beauvais, and we've talked about this a bunch. You didn't feel like last year, maybe even the 2 years, and since you've been covering this team, it always feels like, all right, the offense has a good day, the defense follows it up with another day. It's been a little bit more consistent, but in that consistency, it's weird. There's still highs and lows with both units. Surprisingly, what's going well right now that you maybe didn't expect to be going well? That could be certain, schematics, that could be individual players, whatever you feel like is maybe surprising you in a good sense for the Bills.
I think it's an interesting thing where I was very skeptical about this wide receiver group, and I still
we all were.
am, and we could really get into that. But I think I've been surprised that there have been more standouts maybe than I anticipated. Tyrell Shavers has had a fantastic camp, a really good camp. Keon Coleman, especially today, had a great day today with a couple of really nice catches. And I think it's more that I was concerned we wouldn't see those flashes, that we would be at this point in camp and be wow, it really is just the tight ends that they're going to have to rely on. But I think we've seen some promising things from this wide receiver group, the guys we weren't anticipating. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, to me, has not stood out the way they'd hoped, and obviously Chase Claypool has been injured for most of camp. But there's these other guys, I think. Curtis Samuel has flashed at times, and it really is getting a guy like Tyrell Shavers going. That, to me, is a very good surprise, because you need guys that you're not expecting to stand out, and they've had that.
Well, and this is obviously a Bills wide receiver room, much like I remember when it was the Cole Beasley and the John Brown days. It's almost kind of like your ragtag bunch of guys trying to formulate an offense to get it together without those big names like the Stephon Diggs and the Gabe Davises. Elena, something that has surprised you or that you felt like is an area of concern, kind of the flip to that question?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways we could go with this. I think we could talk about the safeties. We could talk about just honestly the injuries that they're dealing with too is a concern. But I think, to me, what's really been standing out are the number of drops we've seen. And I know I just said a lot of positive things about the wide receivers, but there's also, like we said, ups and downs.
Exactly.
Where
within that consistency, it's ups and downs
totally.
everywhere.
And I think today we saw a number of guys drop the ball. I know, maybe we can focus this even more on the running backs. This is still, to me, a major concern for James Cook. He has shown throughout this camp he is still dropping the football. Obviously dropped 2 touchdowns last year. And to me, he's your starting running back.
And he dropped another one today at practice.
Right, and you just cannot rely on him right now to come down with the football. He did have a nice catch today in the end zone, but there's also these times where it's I don't trust that he's going to come down with the ball right now, and that's a concern. In addition, we've seen Ray Davis. He's looked really good and taken advantage of his opportunity as the number 2 back with Ty Johnson hurt, but he's had a couple of fumbles himself. So to me, it's holding on to the football for these skill position players that is still a major concern.
Now, with the safety room, I'm glad you brought this up too. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no concern, 10 being your biggest concern, given that Cole and Mike Edwards are both week to week in their injuries, where should Bills fans' level of concern be with the safety room?
At least an 8.
Whew.
I think.
Yeah, that's high.
I don't think we've seen.
And I think you can make a case. I don't think that's wrong at all.
I think we've seen not enough. Taylor Rapp is the established guy, right? He's the one. He's been with the first team defense the entire time. He is going to be, unless they bring in someone really radical, he's going to be a starting safety for this defense, and he hasn't really flashed to me. He hasn't shown me really much exciting, and I think he's been okay. He's got some holding issues, and he's had good and bad plays like we talked about. And then they're so banged up. It's such an injured group where you've had to bring in 2 veteran guys this early that I just think it's concerning. And while DeMar Hamlin's had his opportunities, and I think he's got a potential definitely to have a good role on this roster, he's not who you want. I think DeMar's a good player. I just don't know if he's who you want, to be your starting safety going into the season.
Absolutely.
And the depth itself is a concern as well at this point.
Sticking defensively, and you brought up the defensive line, because that's a group that stood out to me. I did a sit-down with Greg, and I think Greg's had a great camp. Our colleague Joe Biscaglia has also talked a lot about Greg.
Yep.
The big one in that defensive line group, though, and with respects like Dwayne Smoot has looked really good. Daquan Jones being healthy is a difference. The big question out of that group, though, is that guy's going fast. Number 40. It's Von Miller.
Yes.
Everybody and their mother on this team is going to say Von Miller
Yes.
is back. Elena, what are kind of your takeaways from Von? Are you seeing the things that trends in the right direction, or do you still think it's an uphill battle for 40?
Both maybe. We're in the sense that I think we've seen good days from him. Like he had a day a couple practices ago here in pads. It was like, wow, Von's everywhere. He's all over the field, really encouraging signs. And then there's times where he looks like a pass rusher in his 30s coming off a major injury. And I think that the reality that Von Miller is going to come into this season and be like prime Von Miller is just not realistic. He is not that old anymore. He's older.
Not that young.
Yeah, not that young
no.
anymore. Thank you. And he's, still coming off this injury that mentally and physically took a huge toll on him. I mean, he told us he probably shouldn't have played last year. That's huge.
Yep.
So I think we've seen flashes here and there, but I just don't. It hasn't been enough yet. I think there's been some encouraging signs. And he looks better than last year. There's no doubt about that. He's making progress, but he's not quite there yet. And I think that's okay. We've still got a bit till the season starts, over a month. And at least just about over a month. That's scary. We're close. But I think it's something to continue to monitor. Positive, but he's not oh man, that's all pro Von Miller out there. And I don't think that should be the expectation, really. I think the expectation should be he can be a contributor to this defense, but guys like Greg, like you mentioned, AJ Epinesa, guys like that, you need them to take steps up because Von Miller is towards the end of his career and isn't going to be quite that guy.
And I think a guy like AJ, you don't bring him back if you don't expect AJ to take that next step.
Sure.
All right, you don't bring in a guy like Smoot if you don't expect him to also take the next steps. I think they're fully confident in Greg's ability, and that's why they signed on that 2-year extension this offseason.
Yep.
So the confidence building in that room, and it's funny you bring that up too, because I get asked a lot about from my buddies and people who reach out to me on social media. I feel like the Von Miller approach you talked about is how you have to look at Matt Milano. I think people want Pro Bowl Matt or All Pro Matt Milano right back. Again, another gruesome injury that takes a toll on you, not only physically but mentally.
Yep.
The Bills say that everything is going in the right direction, and even I think Brandon Beane even said that he's ahead of maybe what their schedule was. In terms of just what you're seeing from Matt and the limited amount of stuff, no team drills yet. Is there, would you lean optimistically for Bills fans, or do you still think there's kind of a little bit of a waiting game with Milano?
I think so. I actually thought about saying Matt Milano for my good surprise, like a positive surprise, because think about it wasn't that long ago. It hasn't been a year since he had a major leg injury, and he's out here and he started doing everything when camp started. And they said they were going to take it light with him. They had a program in place for him, but I think he's not. I couldn't agree more. He's not going to be Matt Milano tomorrow. That's not realistic. But I think it's been really positive signs that he's where he's at already. Because if we think about it, Von Miller was way behind in camp and still worked to the side at the start of camp last year. And I think now for Matt Milano to be where he is a positive. And like you said, we should take it as a positive and not put unrealistic expectations that he's going to be where he is. That might not be towards the end of this season where it's there's Matt Milano. It might take that amount of time. Because we have to, I think an important thing to remember is from a mental perspective, he has to learn to trust that leg again. And that's a really hard thing to come back from.
100%. And that's something I think Von Miller was pretty open with us about too. So take that from what you heard from Von, apply that with Matt, a waiting game here. This is Elena Gutenberg from ESPN.com, Buffalo Bills beat reporter. One more thing, Elena, we heard, how you said it. Can't believe we're already towards the end of training camp. We have 3 more practices. Monday, they're off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then we have our first preseason game. Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick in the Chicago Bears, come in. What's the one thing that you're paying the most attention to when the preseason game kicks off Saturday?
I think it's those players who, are trying to make this roster. Like, can Tyrell Shavers, who, like, right now he's 100% on that 53,
Yep.
what kind of preseason game can he have?
Right.
And then I think it's also, like, these defensive linemen, like, how do they look in game form? I think sometimes the line, it's the games where you really get a good sense of where they are at. And then it's these defensive backs who are trying to, like, make this team at safety. Like, what does that look like in a game setting? I think those are the positions that, like, it's the ones where you have the question marks. I know that's a lot to look for, but I do think it's like, where are your question marks? That's what I'm looking at in this preseason game. But I really think the lines will be very interesting to watch, both offensive and defensive, to see, like, how's the depth there and how do they look in game form, because that's when you can really, like, okay, go try and sack the quarterback, actually sack him, and how does that look in a game sense?
Exactly.
That is where I think it'll be really huge to watch. My other thing I'll be looking for, Tyler Bass. I would love to see how he looks in a game, and he will be kicking. So how
I think 95% of Bills fans would agree with that point as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Because while he had a good day Friday, we did see him absolutely shank a kick, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, and games are different for kickers too. Like, it's a different mindset. So I think that's going to be a fascinating week. I mean, we've got no kicking and no punting competition anymore, so this is it. So.
Joe B's Puntapalooza is done.
Came to an end.
Awesome stuff. All right, well, that's Elena Gutenberg, Buffalo Bills beat reporter from ESPN. You can find all her work on ESPN, ESPN.com. I'm sports reporter Dom Tibbetts for 7 Sports, reporting from St. John Fisher University, 7 Sports.